Hey there, gang. Patrick King here, coming to you live from Leesburg, Virginia. Today's question is a tricky one. It's about building our horse's confidence after someone has trashed it. So, question today comes from Charlie. Charlie asks, I have a horse that I started under saddle at 4. She became a very confident trail horse with no spook. She'd go wherever I asked her to and climb through and over any obstacles I pointed her at. After a couple of years, I let a young lady use her and train her for eventing. I didn't ride her for a year while she was doing this. She was confident from the beginning, but as a few months went on, I noticed that my horse was starting to stop at jumps and wouldn't want to go through the woods with the trainer. Something she never did before. I have her back riding with me again. I have her back riding with me again, and I noticed how spooky and afraid she is now. I'm slowly gaining her confidence back again, but I was wondering what the heck happened to my horse, and what's the best way to fix this? So, as I said, this is a little bit of a tricky one here. What happened to your horse, Charlie? Exactly what you've said happened. Somebody wrecked her confidence. And, that happens sometimes. We can have a great rider and we can have a great horse, but they don't always make a great fit. So I'm not necessarily going to say that it's something that other trainer was certainly not something she was intentionally doing, I'm sure. And I'm not going to say she was entirely at fault based on the situation. But something in that situation, something in that relationship caused your horse's confidence to basically be trashed. We see that happen amongst people as well. We see people get involved with, friendships and relationships that kind of knock their confidence. And then we see the opposite happen. We see people get involved with friendships and relationships that help to boost their confidence. So what can you do to help get your horse's confidence back? That's a little tricky, but you have to be the one in that relationship, basically, that helps your horse to feel better about herself. It's like a good friend of mine says, it doesn't matter what I think of your horsemanship. It doesn't matter really even what you think of your horsemanship. What matters most is how your horse feels about himself when he's with you, or in this case, herself when she's with you. So that's something that we need to really take into consideration. So how exactly do we go about fixing that? That's going to be tough depending on how your horse specifically is and what makes her feel the most confident, what makes her feel good about herself. So that's kind of a process of discovery. What does it take to make your horse feel good about herself? What does it take to help your horse feel like she's done the right thing? With some horses, that's 5 minutes of quiet time, just sitting and hanging out with them. With other horses, that might be letting them canter for a minute or two down the trail or something like that. Other horses, it might be popping them over a jump or something they're good at, something that makes them feel good about themselves. So again, this is going to be very different for each horse. And I would probably avoid the popping over jumps part because you said she started refusing jumps. So if that's something that you want to get back into, that's something that I would start working with on the ground, sending her over some jumps, lunging, that sort of thing. To help her feel better about herself. Something else that you might do, I'm a big fan of this, is if you have an opportunity to ride another horse and just pony your horse out on the trail where she's tending to be spooky and that sort of thing. That in itself might help to take some of the pressure off of her so that she can let down and start to feel better about herself. Again, wish I could give you just a cut and dried ABC kind of an answer, but it's going to be very dependent on who your horse is as a person and what makes her feel better about herself. But major kudos to you for recognizing the problem and for being willing to address this situation for your horse as an individual. We do unfortunately see a lot of times when some riders will resort to aids, artificial aids and gadgets and things like that to get a job done, good on you for recognizing that it's about your horse and who she is and how she's feeling about herself. That's a tremendous piece that unfortunately sometimes gets missed in the puzzle. So I do hope, Charlie, that you'll keep me posted with your horse's progress. Send us video clips, send us photos. I look forward to seeing those, and just post updates for us. I would really appreciate that. So, question of the day for you guys. What's something that you've encountered with your horse? No, we'll change that. What makes your horse feel the most confident? Maybe this will help to give Charlie some ideas also. So that's our question of the day. What do you do with your horse that makes them feel great about themselves? What feels like a big paycheck to your horse? I would love to hear your answers. Post them in the comments section below. Please be sure to show this video some attention, some love, some likes, some, all those smiley emoticon things. Share it with your friends if you found it insightful or helpful. Please submit your questions either in the comments section below or by sending us a message here on Facebook. Thanks so much, gang. You keep asking questions, I'll keep giving answers.